Some say coffee is the magical elixir of life, while others swear it's a caffeine trap that will leave you jittery and dependent. There's even a rumor that coffee might stunt your growth or ruin your health over the long haul. With so many conflicting claims, it's hard to know which side to believe. And you've probably wondered whether it's truly beneficial or potentially harmful to drink coffee every single day. So what's the real story behind that morning cup you can't imagine living without? Stay with us, because we're about to reveal the truth behind one of the world's most beloved and controversial beverages. And it might just surprise you. Before we get into it, consider taking a moment to subscribe to this channel and tap the notification bell. By doing so, you'll always be in the loop whenever we break down popular health trends, reveal hidden truths, and explore the surprising science behind everyday habits. First, let's explore why coffee has ignited such a global fascination, becoming a staple in almost every household across continents. This tiny roasted bean has played an enormous role in history, forging social rituals, sparking intellectual revolutions, and providing countless people with the spark they need to start their day. If you've ever stepped into a bustling cafe, you know there's a vibe that seems to fill the air. People hold business meetings, catch up with old friends, or curl up with a good book, a steaming cup of coffee in hand. But coffee is so much more than a social accessory or a comforting routine. It's packed with compounds that range from antioxidants to caffeine, each of which can have unique effects on your body. Now, moving on to the big question. Is it true that coffee can actually stunt your growth or harm your health if you drink it daily? The short answer is that there is no credible scientific evidence that coffee can literally keep you from reaching your full height. For decades, many believed that coffee could weaken bones by leaching out calcium, leading some to conclude that younger people who consume coffee might stop growing. However, most studies have found no significant impact on bone health or height when drinking moderate amounts of coffee. In fact, daily coffee consumption within recommended limits doesn't seem to have any direct link to growth concerns. That said, coffee isn't without potential drawbacks if consumed in large quantities. High levels of caffeine may contribute to feelings of nervousness, anxiety, or a rapid heartbeat. If you're someone who gets jittery easily, you might want to limit yourself to 1 or 2 cups a day, or switch to a half-caff or decaf version in the afternoon. Because caffeine is a stimulant, it can increase alertness and enhance cognitive function for a few hours, sometimes just enough time to power through a demanding work shift or a tricky problem set. However, too much stimulation can overwhelm the nervous system, especially in individuals sensitive to caffeine. Moderation, as many experts love to say, truly is key here. So, let's consider the energizing properties of coffee and how they actually help you get through the day. Caffeine blocks the brain's adenosine receptors, which are responsible for making you feel tired. This means you get a quick burst of energy and alertness. Over time, your body may adapt, and you might need more coffee to feel the same effect. If you've found yourself pouring that 3rd or 4th cup just to maintain your usual level of wakefulness, it could be a sign you're developing a tolerance. In this sense, coffee can become a habit that's challenging to break, especially if you rely on it to function. That doesn't necessarily mean it's harmful, it's simply something to keep an eye on if you notice yourself becoming overly dependent. But that's not all. When consumed in moderation, often defined by experts as 3 to 4 cups a day, coffee has been linked in numerous studies to certain health benefits. One of the most widely cited advantages is its antioxidant content. Coffee beans are rich in antioxidants, which help fight free radicals that damage cells and contribute to aging. There are even studies suggesting that regular coffee drinkers may have a slightly reduced risk of certain chronic diseases, like type 2 diabetes and Parkinson's disease. However, it's essential to remember that these studies show correlation, not necessarily causation. The overall lifestyle of coffee drinkers, such as diet, exercise, and other factors, may play significant roles in these outcomes. Now, moving on to the tricky territory of how your coffee is prepared, because that can make a huge difference in whether it helps or harms you over the long run. Plain black coffee contains almost 0 calories and boasts those aforementioned antioxidants. It's only when we pile in sugars, sweet syrups, whipped cream, and sugary creamers that we tip the balance from a potentially healthy beverage to a dessert in disguise. Many of those fancy cafe drinks can contain more sugar and calories than a slice of cake, undermining any potential health benefits. If you're aiming to reap the positive effects of coffee while minimizing downsides, consider enjoying it black or with a small splash of a healthier alternative, like unsweetened plant-based milk or a minimal amount of dairy. Let's consider another myth that's frequently repeated: coffee is dehydrating. The truth is that while caffeine can have a mild diuretic effect, it doesn't necessarily cause dehydration in people who regularly consume it, because our bodies adapt to moderate caffeine intake. In fact, if you're used to drinking coffee every day, it's unlikely to dramatically alter your fluid balance as much as some older theories suggest. Of course, if you're new to coffee or if you drink it sporadically in very high doses, you might experience more frequent bathroom breaks. But most daily coffee drinkers simply incorporate it into their overall fluid intake without adverse effects. If we look further into how coffee might impact heart health, studies have often come up with mixed results, which is why some people remain skeptical. In general, moderate coffee consumption doesn't seem to pose significant risk to cardiovascular health for most individuals. Some research even shows that a regular intake of moderate coffee could help lower the risk of stroke. But again, the operative word is moderate. Drinking 6, 7, or 8 cups a day might tip you into a zone where your heart rate increases and you start feeling shaky or anxious. It's always wise to listen to your body and keep an eye on how you feel. If you notice negative side effects, simply scale back. By now, you might be wondering about the role of genetics. Interestingly, your genes can influence the way you metabolize coffee. Some people break down caffeine quickly, meaning they can have a cup in the evening and still sleep peacefully at night. Others may feel jittery for hours after just half a cup. This genetic factor is one reason why there are no one-size-fits-all rules. Instead, experts offer general guidelines, like capping daily caffeine intake at around 400 milligrams, which is roughly 3 to 4 cups of regular brewed coffee, but the perfect amount for you depends on your individual sensitivity and lifestyle. Another important aspect is coffee's effect on sleep patterns. While the jolt of energy from a morning brew can help you stay focused, you want to be cautious about drinking coffee too late in the day, because caffeine remains in the bloodstream longer than many people realize. If you're having trouble sleeping, cutting off your caffeine intake by early afternoon can make a significant difference. There are also decaffeinated options for those who love the taste and ritual of coffee without the stimulant. Contrary to popular belief, decaf does contain a small amount of caffeine, but it's significantly less than a regular cup, so it usually won't interfere much with sleep. Now, on the lighter side, coffee culture itself can have wonderful social and psychological benefits. Whether it's that short break from a busy workday, a morning ritual that centers and comforts you, or a pleasant moment you share with a friend or colleague, coffee can be the catalyst for meaningful interactions. There's something about holding a warm cup that brings a sense of calm or focus. Many people find that this simple ritual can improve their mood and mental well-being. It provides a daily routine, a sense of continuity, and a moment to gather one's thoughts before diving into the rush of the day. If you've been enjoying this breakdown so far, don't forget to give this video a like and share it with someone who needs the truth about coffee. Spreading the word helps us reach more people who might be struggling with misinformation, so every thumbs up makes a difference. At this point, you might be wondering where all this leaves us regarding drinking coffee every single day. For most healthy adults, a moderate intake appears to be safe and even potentially beneficial. You get that energy boost, you might enjoy some antioxidant perks, and you can possibly experience a small protective effect against certain conditions. But if you're finding yourself tossing and turning at night, feeling overly anxious, or noticing that you can't get through the day without multiple cups, you may want to adjust your routine. Again, it's all about balance and tuning in to how your body responds. So let's sum it up. On one hand, daily coffee consumption might help support alertness, mood, metabolism, and potentially stave off some health issues. On the other hand, excessive consumption can lead to increased anxiety, sleep disturbances, and a spike in sugar intake if you prefer sweet, creamy blends. The best approach is to pay attention to quality and quantity. Opt for coffee beans that are freshly roasted, try to enjoy it black or with minimal additives, and keep track of how many cups you have. If you notice signs of dependence or side effects like restlessness or poor sleep, it might be time to scale back. And remember, coffee is not a magic cure-all. A balanced diet, regular exercise, and a healthy lifestyle are crucial factors in overall well-being. It's also wise to factor in any medical conditions. If you struggle with high blood pressure or have certain sensitivities, you might need to consult a healthcare professional about how coffee fits into your daily routine. For pregnant individuals, there are guidelines suggesting a limit to overall caffeine consumption, so that's another reason to stay informed and mindful. When all is said and done, coffee is a personal journey. A mix of preference, physiology, and lifestyle choices. If you love waking up to that aroma, savoring each sip, and feeling the mild jolt of energy, there's no need to abandon it altogether unless a medical professional advises otherwise. However, if you find yourself anxious, awake all night, or simply chaining cups of coffee one after another to keep going, that's a sign you might want to slow down and explore other ways to boost energy, like taking short walks, hydrating properly, and ensuring you're getting enough vitamins and nutrients. As you consider the complexities of coffee, think about the bigger picture of your daily life. The beverage itself is just a component. How much sleep are you getting? Are you balancing coffee with water and other healthy habits? What type of coffee do you choose, and how do you prepare it? These factors all shape your experience and the effects on your body. Ultimately, coffee is neither hero nor villain in most people's lives, but rather a companion that can enhance or disrupt your day, depending on how you handle it. If you're interested in diving deeper into the science behind everyday foods, beverages, and wellness topics, be sure to check out our other videos. From debunking common health myths to revealing hidden benefits in seemingly ordinary items, we aim to keep you informed, balanced, and ready to make choices that work best for your life. So here's the bottom line. Drinking coffee every day is a global phenomenon, and for many, it's a beneficial, delightful habit. For others, it might cause more trouble than it's worth. Only you can judge how it affects your energy levels, mental clarity, and overall health. The key is knowing your body, keeping your intake reasonable, and refusing to let rumors alone shape your decisions. Don't let scare tactics tell you it's automatically harmful, but also don't assume it's a miracle cure for all of life's problems. Like most things in life, a bit of awareness and balance can go a long way. To wrap up, consider this thought. Coffee is more than just a beverage. It's part of many people's identities, their morning ritual, and their social life. Figuring out how it fits best into your day is a matter of personal preference, needs, and health goals. Whether you drink coffee strictly in the morning, switch to decaf after midday, or take a complete break from caffeine occasionally, staying tuned into your own well-being is what matters most. Now, we'd love to hear your perspective. Do you feel better when you start your morning with a fresh brew? Have you noticed any major benefits or drawbacks to your daily cup or cups of coffee? Share your thoughts in the comments below. Your experiences can help others make informed choices, and we always enjoy hearing different points of view. Thank you for spending time with us today. Stay alert, stay healthy, and as always, drink mindfully.